volt plant. What are our recommendations for the transformer served more than 20 years? And one of the superintendent engineer from Odisha said how this transformer diode system works. What are transformers, Fourier analysis? These are some questions they are asked. We are waiting for some more uh, guest. If with the permission of Rajput sir, shall we start, sir? With your kind permission, sir. Rajput sir, are you there?
Yes, yes. I
Uh,
think we
Sir,
are 20 only. We can wait
yes,
for 5 more minutes.
no problem, sir. No problem.
So that because it's being holiday, people are in a relaxed mood.
Yes,
So
sir.
they will be coming slowly.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, your team may ring to few people, those who are
Yes,
expected to
yes,
join. Yeah,
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that you do.
Yes.
Dharmesh, I think we can start now. Mr. Dharmesh,
Yes, sir. We
uh,
can start, sir.
I think
Uh,
we can start now.
Let me thank, sir, honorable member, sir, from CEA that उन्होंने सर मैम धर्मेश from CBS from this presenter of this webinar, and sorry for some problems held at our end. I ask a apology before that, and I thank everybody who has joined this webinar, and two very senior officials has taken this uh, on their shoulders, sir. One of Rajput sir is there, who has vast experience of more than 30 years and has made a lot of policies for government of India, and he is a member in power systems in CEA. The other expert is Mr. Dr. Rajesh Arora from DTL. He is also a very good person, always telling about the goodness of the transformers. For he's also a very he owns his channels and always try new and good things and tell uh, about all the things to everybody, how to do the things in our life also. So both of these persons are very senior. We have blessed that they have agreed to see do the webinar on. We are just a presenter. This is a technology on. This is a basically webinar on uh, circular economy. This is a circular economy, and this is basically on importance of circular economy, where the government is focusing on recycle, reduce, and reuse of the oil. Oil is an important part of circular economy, and now I hand over with the permission of honorable member, sir. If he's a keynote speaker, we will be having guidance on how the moisture can be reduced, how the moisture management can help in the power utility to reduce the moisture, and the transformer can run on the best part. Sir, over to honorable uh, member, sir, for their deeds, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you Dharmesh for nice words about me. First of all, सभी को नमस्ते. Good morning everybody from my side. Actually, I am always in support of the best practices which lead to the secure and reliable power supply. Transformer basically is one of the piece of equipment which is very much necessary right from the generating end up to the consumer end. And as you know, they have been broadly classified as the power transformer and the distribution transformers. So what happens that during the course of time when the transformer is installed, so some three checks are made, and other tests are also made. And in case of say energization, before the energization, the inspectors also test the transformer and the proper installation, whether everything is fine or not, or whether the breakdown voltage is there, that is in a good condition or not, bushings are okay. And also the transformer IL test report is also seen, in which the major parameter is the acidity and moisture content. So moisture is basically the enemy of the transformer. It leads to the damage and the poor dielectric strength of the insulating ion, which is used as the cooling ion also. And as you very well know that the insulating paper is also used in the transformers. So with the ingress of the moisture from various sources, maybe because of the leakage from the gasket side and from other sides, Dharmesh, just I am getting message that some people have joined but not able to listen anything.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me check
So
up.
finally check
They
up.
have joined, but they are not able to.
They are
It
not.
is not visible.
They are not able to hear anything.
Okay, okay, okay.
So I
Let me
pause
check.
for a few minutes.
Okay,
You
okay. Just
try
a
to
moment.
set it right so that people get benefited whatsoever we are trying to speak and whatsoever we are trying to tell them.
Sound level is very low. Sound level is very low. I'm in Calcutta.
Yes. हेलो. हाँ, मैं टेस्ट कर रहा था क्या अभी ऑडिबल हैं हम लोग.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
अच्छा देखिए, जो दूसरी जगह से फीडबैक आ रहा सबको हम लोग ऑडिबल है.
Audible, sir.
दोबारा लॉगिन करिए, दो साइड ठीक हो जाए. हाँ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही होगी. मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर लो. अच्छा, पता नहीं क्या इशू है. ठीक है.
नहीं सर, मैं आप मुझे बता दीजिए, मैं उनको लिंक भेजता हूँ दोबारा से सर.
ठीक. ठीक है, वो मैनेज हो जाएगा. वो लॉग आउट करके दोबारा ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. तो एनीवे, ऑफ कोर्स सच टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस कम, एंड दीज टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस in case of the transformer, if I have an analogy, can be removed, can be overcome if the proper maintenance is there. I am emphasizing my word that the proper maintenance is there. And this particular type of the instruments, which is known as online transformer drying out system, is one which removes the moisture from the transformers, having which is treated as the biggest enemy of the transformer, because the insulation is the main criteria which should be maintained, which should be kept intact within the limits, and the moisture further ingresses into the paper insulation, so that is more damaging. So transformer will ultimately go to the failure and the breakdowns. So we have, our purpose is to avoid such type of the breakdowns which are avoidable. It is like this. In a simple analogy, we get on a say regular basis after some age, or when we get proper senses, our blood parameters getting tested from time to time for different type of the parameters. And if some symptoms are there, that particular type of the test is done and the remedy is taken. So through this online measurement system, from which the data could be sent to the control center also, or the control room also, through the digital means, one can have a record, one can have a digital signature, and one can have a trend that what is going on, when was the last maintenance done. And because this is the online system, it could be set that if the transformer attains a particular value of the ppm, which is about 5 ppm, and when it attains the 5 ppm, the machine stops automatically. And by at particular threshold, when the moisture start rising, the machine comes in auto mode. So that is the biggest advantage. What is remarkable about this machine, which the people do not pay more attention or do not give lot of importance, is that a few years back the machine was at all not available in the country. Only some 2-3 manufacturers were there, and they were holding one part of India, another company holding one part of India, and were supplying the machine at an exorbitant price. Further to this watch were added because whatsoever the cartridges were there, they were quite costly and they were also of the imported origin. So that was the thing. And it was not possible to replace the cartridge at site. It has to be sent back, and then their technician will come, especially a trained person from OEM side will come. He would be able to replace the cartridges. So seeing these difficulties, CEA, CPRI, IIT Delhi, and CBS Technology joined hand and developed this type of the transformer ion drying out system. We realized the importance of this, and in the course of subsequent technical upgradation, see what we do as a CEA, we are into the policy making and framing the regulations and standards. So we thought its importance, we were part of its development, so we thought that it should form part of the regulation. So in the regulation for 400 kV and above transformer, this is mandatory. Others who are quite conscious to manage the moisture and the transformer oil parameters, particularly it removes through the special filtering technology the solid contaminations also. So those solid contaminations are also dangerous to the transformer's health. So it does that. It's up to the users and the utility seeing the criticality of the particular transformer that I should install the transformer online transformer drying out system. And as per the regulation, which is a mandatory requirement, 400 kV and above transformers, they have to necessarily have the TODOS system. So that is the regulatory position. Of course, we have also written the letter, and it is the moral duty, it is the duty of all the utilities that they adhere to the conditions of the regulations. So this way the transformer downtime will reduce, the transformer maintenance cost will reduce, and ultimately the transformer failures will reduce. That is the main aim of any of the utility. So I am not denying that you neglect other things and totally rely on this. You have to do the other type of the maintenance, whatsoever the regular maintenance practices are there that you do, the checking you do, the earthing resistance you do, and keep on doing whatever the best practices and OEM recommendations are there. But in addition to that, this is also a must, because when all the parts are okay, then only the machine can run. Say it's analogy of the car. Say if any component, or say your brakes are not working fine, your indicators are not working fine, or say coolant in the machine, coolant in the engine is not working fine, then you are in trouble. So similar type of the trouble you will be experiencing and expecting. So purpose is to improve somehow the quality of the oil and remove the solid contaminants. Another thing is the acidity also develops in the transformer when the transformer is in use. So those acidity have to be neutralized. So this also does that. Data is to be sent to the control room and need to be analyzed, and further trend analysis to be carried out. Based on the experience of that, you can devise your own best practices that what my machine, that is in this particular case the transformer, needs. Another thing is that under the Make in India initiative of the Ministry of, say, Government of India, the Ministry of Power in its order has listed this particular equipment TODOS as in the mandatory list. So if the purchase value is up to 200 crore, then necessarily the machine has to be procured from the Indian sources only. That means why there is an annexer A where such equipments are listed, that these are the mandatory conditions that these equipment be procured from the Indian origin only. Reason being that government feels, or the stakeholders feels, it's not only the government, it is the stakeholders contribution also. When we get satisfied that there are sufficient number of the manufacturers and the quantity is also available in abundance, so that the competition is ensured. So not only the CVS but other manufacturers are also there. They have registered on the GEM, and I think some GEM category is there, and whosoever are the buyer, we contacted GEM, they say that some queries should come to them that we want to purchase, so that they will generate the category for the buyer. From the vendor side, from the supplier side, they have got the category that these are the equipments available. But what is lacking, the utilities have to take initiative. They have to raise the indents, I would say, to the GEM authorities that you create this type of the category and we want to purchase through GEM. It's not that the equipments are not being purchased, but the equipments are being purchased, but particularly not through the GEM. So GEM is basically a condition which promotes Make in India. So I think that procedure also should be done. And that's the simple one. You can write to the GEM also that create a category of the buyers. We will also support from our end. So I think that is all from my side. Let us have more depth. In more depth, we should see what they are going to, what the experts are going to present. And we will be waiting for Dr. Arora's address as per the sequence, as the organizers have defined our role. So I think my role ends here. We as CEA and I myself in an individual capacity are there to help you, guide you, and whatsoever we know to disseminate that particular thing. Thank you all. Dhanyavad. So Dharmesh, from here onwards, you can take the lead and you can steer the program.
Sir, one more thing, sir. Actually, मैं हाँ डॉक्टर अरोड़ा,
हाँ
आपका सर पिक्चर आपकी नहीं आ रही थी, विजिबल नहीं थी पिक्चर.
ये कुछ मेरा मैं ट्राई किया था शुरू में, ये कैमरा में गड़बड़ है कुछ, वो खड़ा भी हो रहा हूँ, हाथ भी उठा रहा हूँ तो पिक्चर नहीं आ रही है. आई डू नॉट नो व्हाट इज
अच्छा
वो
नो
आधा ही
प्रॉब्लम
दिखाना
नो
चाहता है मेरे को. ठीक है.
ठीक है नो प्रॉब्लम सर.
वो मेरे का फुल पेज दिखाना नहीं चाहता है कैमरा आज. आई विल गेट इट.
ठीक है सर.
वो कह रहा 22 ही काफी है, 22 से ही पहचान लेंगे आपकी.
जी सर. Now
People recognize by now, the people start
Yes.
recognizing me in the industry and the utility. So it's a great thing to me, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful to each and everyone.
ठीक है सर. I would request you to please remain in the meeting, sir.
I'm here
After that,
only. I have to
the vote of thanks will be there
Yes.
on your side, sir. And now I invite Dr. Rajesh Arora, field expert from DTL. He has some. Please, sir, please take over and wait for that.
Good morning, namaskar to everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank CGS for inviting me for this precious program that it is very useful, going to be very useful, or going to be beneficial for the engineers working in the field. We are living in an era where moisture itself is a serious concern. I say the serious concern because it leads to unexpected failures. It leads to unplanned outages. It affects the reliability index of utility, ability index, affects the capex involved, and ultimately it affects the tariff involved in electricity. Moisture, technically, if we talk about, affects my loading capacity of transformer that is being compromised. It also affects the dielectric strength and ultimately the lifespan. That is the important aspect. We expect our transformer to run for 25 to 30 years. And premature failure is not desirable and no one can afford. When I say moisture, in fact, that depends on the temperature, that depends on the loading condition, and it depends on the ingress from the external environmental conditions. And I feel that everything starts with a proper specification. As an utility person, we should adhere to all the rules and regulations. And we try our level best to purchase dry, void-free, clean transformer for the utility we are working in. Also, it is quite important that transformer must be utilized within a certain temperature bandwidth prescribed by OEM. Coming to the sources, in fact, why this transformer moisture we are talking about, how does it come from? The basic source itself is the byproduct of aging process. When I say aging process, that is the thermal degradation, cellulose decomposition, because in transformer there are three major parts. Core is there, windings are there, then insulation part there, insulating oil is there, press board is there, paper is there, cellulose paper is there. The degradation of cellulose itself generate, apart from other byproducts like CO, CO2, furan, and water. Then the second major cause of moisture in the transformer is the quality of oil. Third reason is the aging process of your gaskets. And next that comes in that is the improper installation during or commissioning. And another cause, what I feel as a practical person, as a practical learner, I never say I'm expert, is the damage of your air cell, silica gel. All these contribute in the moisture formation in the transformer. Now coming to the prescribed limit, when I say I must purchase my transformer dry, that means the moisture content in my winding that is prescribed in terms of percentage of weight of insulation should be less than 0.5. And transformer oil that is being used as an insulating medium should be less than 5 ppm. And when I say ppm, that is in fact the milligram per kg. And when we talk about the big power transformer, 100 MVA, 160 MVA, 400 kVA transformer, 315 MVA transformer, they have huge quantity of this oil as well as insulation paper. And you can imagine yourself how much quantity a transformer is carrying. Apart from that moisture determination, there are many methods are there. There are Kohl-Fischer oil sample methods. There are dielectric response method, polarization, depolarization, DPC current method, frequency domain methods, equilibrium curves are there. In the past we have used recovery voltage method. We have to go through the guidelines available in place. I request everyone to go through the IS 1866 IC 60422. IEEE C57-106 that talked about acceptance and maintenance of insulating oil in the electrical equipments. And if you look at the version 2002, in that version, they have prescribed the limit of moisture in winding also. Then comes the very important documents that must be carried by all utility engineers. The standard specification technical parameters for transformers and reactors, 66 kV and above, released by SEED. Then comes another CA document, that is a technical specification for constructions of electrical plants and lines 2020-22. And the clause 46(1)(a) clearly specified that we must have that online dry out system for transformers for 400 kV. Now comes to online TODOS, the transformer oil dry out systems. Their specification has already been given in CA specification guideline, standard specification technical parameters. Apart from that, you have to read the IEEE 5791, IC 60076 part 7 that talk about the loading guides for loading of transformers. Another good document is SIGRET 349, and in that document you will find they have classified the transformer based on the relative saturation, whether it's a good, fair, probably wet or wet. CA has already given the specification of that online dry system in annexure view. You can refer that one. Then comes the types of oil: paraffin-based, naphtha-based oils. Then comes, so far that insulation is concerned, testings of insulation, 10 delta of oil, 10 delta of windings. And to ensure that you are going to purchase good quality of transformer, you should not neglect the IR. And that has already been prescribed by that CA standard manual. And they have given some values. For a good transformer, that PI value should be in the range of 2 to 4. For excellent, that is above 4. But what I have noticed, many manufacturers in India are still giving transformer with PI values of above 1.5. They need to change the specification you have. They need to understand the drying out methods prescribed by CA standard specification at site. It includes vacuum, dry nitrogen gas filling, and heating methods. I can tell you one thing based on my experience. If we purchase dry transformer and we are able to maintain the moisture level in the transformer based on all the codes I have mentioned, we can reduce the outages we are facing. I have already mentioned that in the present era, difficult to afford any outages, unplanned outages, failure of equipment, premature failure. All these are not affordable and desirable. We have to give uninterrupted supply. This is our moral duty, and we have to give full attention to the transformer we are maintaining. And we should try our level best to maintain and purchase moisture-free transformer. It should be as dry as possible. I have expressed my view. This is all from my side. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rajesh Arora, for your wisdom and what you have narrated about the moisture management in transformer. We are enlightened with very new and some good information shared by you, sir. And here I would like to show a little small presentation on part of moisture management, what we are doing. We have also received some questions, those who have registered in this webinar for moisture management. After that, we will ask question to the experts, to Dr. Rajesh Arora and our member Rajput sir, and those or all of the officers which are attending can enlighten us on moisture management. So I would I'm going to show you some small things what we are doing there for this moisture management. We are this is our company. This is what we are doing under Make in India. This is our sir. We have made this online moisture removal system with the help of CEA and with the help of IIT under the guidance of CEA. Next slide will show you here. Next year. Just some problem. Some technical glitch. Yeah. Next slide. This is what small our small is there. Next slide. These are our shop floors. Next slide. Then these are accreditations, and we are R&D partners with different government companies. One is DRDO, then IIT, CSIR, Baba Atomic, IOCL. We have QCI jet category. Then next slide is next slide. IOCL, we are a partner of Lubernia. These are some different backpulling. So these are some from delighted customers for our company: Indian Railways, HAL, NTPC, PGCIL, GAIL, ONGC. Next. We have got, besides this online diode system, we have got whole range of filtration machines going from industrial oil to centrifugal oil cleaner, for different offline systems of ranging up to 250 liter per hour to 25,000 liter per hour. Then for a retrofitment, we have got transformer or diode system. We are also a registered vendor of PGCIL in this online diode system, sir, approved by PGCIL. Now I'll come to the basic things next. How this transformer, this is only what we are narrating here. Experts are there. They will guide us. If we are, please sir, help us if we are saying something wrong, sir. This is how the transformer looks. Bushings, OLTC component, OLTC active part, and this cooling system. Next. And this is how the oil deteriorates. You can see the first one, it is almost white. The last one is discarded oil. This we are talking about the discarded oil from distribution, not from transmission or generation. From transmission and generation, the oil maximum deteriorates up to this marginal oil, up to 3 bright yellow. Next. Well, this is how this is the most critical asset. Transformer is the most critical assets in the power utilities. The life expectancy of transformer is somewhere about 25 years, but this can be extended with the help of more things. It can be added if something add-on can be done. Suppose if we add good things there, then that online moisture is there, proper maintenance is there, proactive maintenance will be there. The same expectancy of transformer will be extended up to 40 years. Since it is a very high cost transformer, transformer is a very high cost. Failures always cost us huge capital, and with the help of these systems, we can reduce the capital and maintenance expenditures also. We normally talk about oil and not on cellulose insulation. Here we are talking about focusing on the cellulose insulation. Next. Here, how the maintenance problems is narrated here. While the oil ages more rapidly, it can be changed and treated. Cellulose inside the transformer ages, degrades, and eventually cause the transformer failure. Cellulose insulation cannot be renewed, and major cost, it is the major cost of replacement. This is how the failure locations, one of that from SIGRI, we have taken this thing. You can see that the major failure is in winding, that is somewhere about 37.69%, and on CT 0.37, tap changer 31.16%. The major failure locations in the different substations comes out. The culprit part is winding. You can see that is, we have put it dark. Next. How this moisture sources, how does moisture ingresses in this transformer? This could be a residual moisture. This could be from atmospheric moisture. It could come through poor seals. It could come during the installation or repair where the sealings are not done proper. And paper insulation, and all this helps in paper insulation, and all the paper insulation, when the all moisture comes, it increases the paper insulation. Next. Now here you can see moisture in solid insulation. 95 to 99% moisture is in the insulation paper. And constant moisture exchange paper and oil during temperature transients. As temperature increases, water is released. Moisture in deeper in paper remains rather stable. These are the type of moisture which you normally see in the transformers. There are 3 or 4 types of moisture which enters in the transformer. First one is chemically bound water. This chemically bound water consists of glucose molecules. It gives paper a mechanical strength. It must remain inside the transformer, and it prevents the over drying of the cellulose. Then there is a free moisture. It collects at the bottom of tank. It continuously moisture removal. The free water can be removed with continuous moisture removal systems. There is then there is a suspended water trapped in the oil decay byproducts. Then there is a dissolved water, dissolved in oil and bound in paper insulation. It reduces the dielectric strength of transformer. It accelerates the aging of paper, which reduces mechanical strength. Here you can see once water is inside, the molecules are stored in various parts of the insulation. Insulation weight distribution, you can say in 90%. Here it is oil, then in 22%. The water distribution here in the next, this here see is a 55%. Next slide. Major part is, this is called the transfer effect. Once this transformer start working on online, if it goes more than 35 degrees Celsius, moisture drives out of the paper. This free moisture will either dissolve in the oil or it will down between the interface of the oil and paper. And similarly, when the temperature decreases, the moisture will has a tendency to migrate back into the paper. And this, the resultant is that it will have a free water. Next. This is the chemical decomposition of a paper and oil. You can see chemical reaction leading to how the water is generated in the transformer. Temperature is there, then oxidation help oxygen goes inside with the oil. It helps in oxidation of oxidation, and the byproduct of oxidation is water. Here you can see decreased after oxidation takes place, the paper decreased, its mechanical strength is decreased, its water formation is there, and the eventual breakdown of base oil due to the oxidative process, water is formed, and this deteriorates the cellulose part of the transformer. Next. Here you can see moisture versus paper, how the paper ages when moisture enters. At low temperature, aging is very slow. At potential life is very long. But as moisture level rises, you can see 1.5%, the rate of decay begins to seriously accelerate. And in the slide, you can see paper with 3.5% moisture decreases 20 times faster than a 0.5% of insulation. And insulation viable for only a short period of time. Next. This is when the paper degrades, you can see how the paper will look in practical way. Moisture embedded in the voids of the paper causing partial discharges. But then after that, partial discharges causes carbonization. Carbon causes treeing. You can see the first slide. And tree causes the breakdown of the insulation. You can see the below how the paper is getting deteriorated. This is a dielectric strength versus water content. You can see X and Y axis. The X axis is dielectric voltage breakdown, and this is water content. See the maximum. If you see the higher the dielectric strength is there, the water content is low. Next. This is how the deterioration of mechanical properties of paper. You can see as the paper ages, tensile strength decreases. Temperature and moisture are the two main causes of deterioration of paper. Aging of paper is a chemical reaction. It shortens the molecules of the paper fiber and it reduces the molecular bonding, causing paper to lose mechanical properties and its strength. This is the practical thing which we have taken from actual photograph. There is a residual, you can see a sludge which collects after deterioration of paper when the oxidation takes place. Next. And here you can see, you will see the difference of paper deterioration. You can see the new paper winding, and here it is shown with a microscopic slide. How this paper looks after it because of low oxygen and moisture content. Next. Now see the difference. It is the aged paper. You can see a lot of moisture in the aged paper, and the microscopic slide shows earlier it was the bonding was very close. Now you see the bonding between these microscopic slide, bonding has scattered. Next. This is the aging of cellulose by acids. You can see microstructure of paper with neutralization number milligram per kg. From left to right is 0.5 milligram, then 1.1 mg per kg, then 0.2 kg, and this one is 0.3 kg, last one. Milligram KOH, you can say. This is the moisture in oil and paper. Here you can see in x-axis water content in paper and then water content in mineral oil. If you see this oil sample at taken at 20 degree, 4% water is, that is called 6 pp of water is available. If you consider it, then there is another sample we are taking 1% of water, it should be, it is 3 ppm. So the conclusion is that the ppm should be as low as it can be maintained. This is a power transformer classification guide. How much ppm is good. What you see red is considered to be a dangerous part. What you see yellow is chalta hai type of thing, which normally power utilities do. But the considered part, which you see in the green, it should be mandatorily like this. Suppose at 5 ppm, here you can see 45 degree, at 45 degree, 5 ppm is maintained. This is how the chart should be maintained in all the power utilities. This is an ideal chart. Thanks. The solution is that we are a manufacturer for oil diode system. There are two different type of transformer diode system. One is stationary and one is portable one. Next slide इसमें है, चलेगा? Here you can see, sir, sound array. This is, you can see, transformer is due to this negligence. Is this visible to everybody? After see how this chemical reaction takes place after ingress of water and moisture. These are the byproducts: carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and water content. All the things increases, breakdown voltage decreases, dp value decreases, and ultimately the fire takes place in. And this is how the whole systems collapse. There is a simple solution. If you have a small oil dry-out system, in which is recommended by CA also, can be put up for all the transformers as a retrofitment, and as well as from 10 MVA to say about 30 MVA, these portable machines can be taken in single substation, 3 or 4 places. Once the ppm is maintained up to 5 ppm, that can be taken out to different small substations. For big substations, CE has recommended to put oil dry out systems as a retrofitment. My voice is clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
You
Please.
can see, this is how it's very simple to operate. All things very simple to operate. Just put
Your voice is not coming.
This is the IoT based system which we have put one of the these railway utilities in Delhi and PGCIL and some different places. We have sold somewhere around more than 300 to 400 systems to different power utilities. And we say that we request for each power utility. This is a system with a small investment, very, very small investment. The biggest asset of power utility, that is transformer, which cost few crores. Out of that, only 1% or 2% or maximum 5% of the value of asset can be your asset can be, you can have your asset for a longer period, for more than up to 40 years. Next slide. And these are some actual photographs which we have put to different substations. And this is how the system works. It removes the sludge, water, etc. from the oil and paper. It extends the useful life of the transformer. It performs. The basic funda of this system is that it works while the transformer is on energized condition. And it has, you have the unplanned downtime will be very less too if you put this system. This is how the technology works. 2DOS technology. Here you can see we have there are three dots are there. The first dot is denotes zeolite granules. The second dot denotes oil, and the blue one denotes water. It's basically 2DOS technology is basically adsorption media technology. This adsorption media is used as a drying agent. Absorption technology is properly sized and coated to capture moisture. After extensively research years ago, it's led to identification of the paper adsorption technology used by our company, CVS Technologies. It cannot remove oil inhibitors. Okay, sir. There are some few questions are coming. Once I complete this, you can have some question and answer series. This is how this oil flow chart. Once you see oil comes from transformer, through inlet valve, then eyeglass, then inlet solenoid valve is there. Here you can check up the things is NO. Then inlet water sensor is there. You can see moisture is 15 and temperature is 45 degree. And oil pumps inside that adsorption housing. After cleaning the or absorbing the outlet water, there is a fine filter. You can see here moisture becomes 2 ppm. The temperature remains same. The flow meter shows that the its LPM is 6.4 LPM. The maximum running the system is very slow technology, 300 liter per hour to 600 liter per hour. The maximum is 3 and after that the clean oil comes out. We have got okay, sir, thanks for asking the question. Once I finish the things, I will try to answer all the questions. Next. Here you can see the flow rate 8.848, and then inlet temperature is there. The inlet moisture is there, outlet moisture is there. The inlet moisture when we put the machine is 15 and outlet it is 2 ppm. We consider that these cartridge is saturated once the inlet moisture and outlet moisture ppm become same. Next. This is how you can see how the life is extended in the transformer after putting this transformer dryer system. You can see with no drying, the considerable life is somewhere about 30 years. If you see if you put this system, it can be extended even up to the 60 years. This is adapted from what we have adapted from a Segre brochure 323, aging of cellulose in mineral oils insulated former. This figure is 33 is basically for simulation of maintenance of cellulosic insulation and its effect on retarding aging. This is a Sigri brochure. This is taken from Sigri brochure. Sigri claims that transformer life can be increased up to 50 to 60 years. But here we are talking about 25 years is a normal life. We can extend up to the 40, 45 years. That what the year extended, say about 15 years even, and you just uh, check up the things. 15 years of not putting any asset, the same asset is you are using for next 15 years. How much money the government of India is saving, how much money the power utilities are saving with the same assets. So this, I suppose, is can be considered as a mandatory part of each of the transformers, which are to be used for. Sir, CE has also given the regulations on this one, and recently CE up to 400 MV, and I recommended for even 10 MV or 20 MV above to put these systems to enhance the life of your biggest asset, that is transformer. Next. This is a letter from CEA. Next. This is the standards specification released by CEA in April 2021. Next. Here you can see next. Here you can see clause number 251. This is the, you can say, specification released by CEA as annexure U. Here all this it is mentioned here. The equipment shall display the moisture content in oil ppm of the inlet and oil with drying out system in case drying, and minimum capacity of moisture extraction should be 10 liter before. All we have all these specifications complied in our systems. Next. This is the recommendation of CPRI to put transformer dry out system in all of the transformers, all of the power transformers. This is the very first which we have put in some different utilities from J&K. Next. This is we have put some around more than Adani's big is one of the leading manufacturer, leading things in India. We have sold somewhere around more than 200 to 300 systems to their solar transformers. They are one of, here you can see some few purchase orders. Next. From JKPDC. Next. These are few which we have from BHEL's utilities, which we are taking as an we are selling these systems to the BHEL as an OEM. BHEL is an OEM. We are putting these systems to each of the BHEL transformers. BHEL is taking. We are approved vendor of BHEL also. So those power utilities which are taking from BHEL put they have this all these online diode systems. We are a part of BHEL, sir. Here from some different next purchase order, some Reliance is there. Then next. From Toshiba, from different power utilities, different power manufacturers. We are the we have got a very big clientage list. One of these Toshiba transformers, but these are all OEMs. Next. This is from Indotech transformer. Next. And besides transformer dry out system, we have got a big range of transformer oil filtration, which is offline. This transformer dry out system is basically a proactive maintenance. Once we put this system as a retrofitment, it helps not to deteriorate the oil. There is some different power utilities. If the oil is deteriorated, then it can be with the help of these filtration systems, they can maintain the oil. Next. These are oil reclamation and reactivation machine. Next. These are some different our systems. We are also in different evacuation system, filtration, regenerative air dryer, oil tanks, transfer system. Next. These are all we have also, these are our different for the NHPC we are making for turbine oil also, and different machines. Next. These are for hydraulic oil plants. For this power, these are for power utilities, just like NHPC and TPCs. Next. Next. Diesel oil filtration plant. Next. Then gearbox oil for different utilities. These are our some different segments which we are. Then we have got segment for online centrifuge also. Here we are selling these centrifuges to defense. Next, for railways, then removal through high-speed separator. These are for different utility, different power utilities. Next. Then for this NHPC and BHEL, we have got this hydrocyclone separators and another segment. Next. Then we have got our different division air handling, where we are making PSA oxygen plants, nitrogen plants, air dryers. Next. And this we have got waste. This now we are talking about our strength of different divisions. This waste handling division, we have got waste composting machine, toilets, waste compacted dustbin, especially for railways. And thank you very much. Now, sir, we have seen some questions here. Sir, there are experts sitting with me, and some question which we have they have asked. So, Dr. Rajesh Arora and Honorable members, if you can enlighten on those questions.
Yes, please.
Sir, there are some questions. Just a moment.
But I feel you can allow the participant to unmute and ask directly.
Okay. The participants can unmute and ask the question. Sir, there are some few questions. They just want to know what is the best grade and make of transformer oil for 33 kV. This is asked by Mr. Satinder Singh, Manikaran, Hydro Power.
Sir, my answer is you have to just do everything as per the specification of your utility, and this is not the right platform to give favor to any particular company here.
Okay. Then there is a question from Haryana government, Mr. Vijay Singh, assistant engineer. He is asking, need expert view on attending the dehydration.
Need expert. Actually, the CA standard specification, technical parameters, transformer and reactor has already given the methods of dehydration. 3 methods are there. You can follow any of one. And they have given the detailed procedure in that guideline also. You can refer that.
Okay. Then we have got from type of test to be performed and how frequently should DGA shall be performed.
Okay. So far DGA is concerned, that depends on the condition, and the best thing about DGA is we have to just to follow, and we have to get the interpretation as per the IEEE C57-104 2019 version only. I have seen the most utility are still doing as per 2008 version, and I request every utility to, so far DGA is concerned, that is the best life-saving tool. So far transformer is concerned, do the interpretation and find the fault as per the new guidelines as per IEEE C57-104 2019 version only. For any guidance, you can call me anytime.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, another question is there. What should be the BDB of different types of oil. I suppose BDV is the standard thing, sir.
Yeah. And for that, you have 3 documents I have mentioned. You can refer for new oil 335, for in-service oil 1866, then CS specification guideline is there, or you can refer IEEE 57106. All these documents will give you fair idea how to select the BDB of the oil you are going to use.
One question is from Dr. Sujit Kumar from NTPC Netra. When he's executive there, I suppose he's how moisture content affects on BDV and other parameters. I suppose we have covered this in the last Dr. Rajesh and honorable members have, and whatever I have
We
shown
have
the
already
things.
given in the remarks, opening remarks, we have
Yes.
already covered that thing.
Okay, then again there is question from Mr. Mahesh from TS Transco. How to control ingress of moisture?
Sir, I have already stated that we have to purchase the dry transformer as possible, and for that we have to change our specification. We have to do the proper inspection, and we have to force OEM to provide you your insulation moisture level less than 0.5, and after getting that thing, you have to measure the dew point before that start for transportation. The moment you receive that transformer at site, you have to again perform that dew point, and after commissioning also you have to perform, before filling the oil, you have to perform the dew point to ensure that you have purchased a dry transformer. And after
Okay.
energization, you have to take care of aging effects of your seals. You have to take care of air cell, because these are also the sources of moisture in the transformer.
Sir, one more question is there from JPDCL, Mr. R.K. Gupta. Transformer oil absorbs moisture. What is the rate of absorption? This, I think, is a very question which relates to how the moisture enters.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. What happens? Everything depends on the relative saturation, and that is temperature dependent. And that depends on the load of the transformer you have. Initially, what happens when the loading change? Because of the load, the temperature varies. And because of that variation of your temperature, there is a transfer of oil from winding, because 99% moisture resides in your winding. Then it comes to oil, and that movement and then absorption by oil depends on the relative saturation. That is temperature and the pressure dependent, especially the temperature dependent. You should not use relative saturation alone. That must be associated with the temperature of your system. Similarly,
Please, sir.
Similarly, in the dew point measurement also, that is also temperature dependent. Suppose you measure your insulation temperature A, and your dew point is this. When that transformer reach at your side, the temperature variation may be there. And there one chart is available that talk about, it is available in the CA guideline, where you can correlate the temperature and the related dew point at the when you receive that transformer at site. And my number is available with sir, and you can take my number. You can call me anytime, 24/7.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
That is the best
One more thing, sir. One of the from AP Transco is Deputy Executive Engineer QC, Mr. Hari Prasad has asked, what are recommendations for the transformer served more than 20 years?
Okay. When your transformer has already lived useful life of 20 years, you have to do the proper condition monitoring of your transformer. That includes your 10 delta. That is very important thing. Then the electric frequency response new test is available to test the moisture in your transformer. And based on the test results, you can take further course of action. And you can also go for the degree of polymerization. Puran analysis to know more about the insulation condition inside the transformer.
Okay. Sir, here CA has recommended which if this the transformer is the old transformer means which is more than 15 years old. So most of the utilities which are using this transformer dry-out system either with new transformer or on old transformers, which is 15 years old. There is a recommendation that if the transformer is more than 15 years old and the and the moisture which is in the oil can be taken out easily with the normal oil offline oil filtration, but in the cellulose 90% of this moisture is inside the cellulose. So with the help of this transformer dry out system, this ppm can be maintained. Once the ppm is maintained, the life of transformer can also be increased. That is my say, sir. Anything any expert thinks, sir? Can you add Dr. Rajesh Arora or members of?
And I think there is very good table given in the cigarette 349 guideline, and they have given the classification of transformer class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. That is good, fair, probably wet or wet based on the relative saturation in the ppm in oil. You can use that thing, that will give you fair idea about that.
But that is a pressure. What we are recommending here means if you have some proactive maintenance system, then the degree of this maintenance or deterioration will reduce.
Definitely.
If we have
maintenance always
so,
pay back.
Yeah, we are talking about proactive maintenance. Normally, what happens in India, once the things deteriorate, then we take the action. This 2DOS, as recommended by CEA, is a proactive maintenance. It is normally comes with new transformer and on old transformer, which is going to be deteriorated or going to be in the last stage.
Yes.
Sir, member CA साहब से sir एक question मैं जानना चाह रहा था. शायद I suppose he will able to answer. There is a question from AP Transco Deputy Executive Engineer, Mr. Prasad sir. What are the allowable limits of transformer humming noise level in dB for 400 or 220 kV, sir?
Actually, that dB level is specified, and that humming noise basically should be the minimum possible. And it is as per the IEC, or you can say the NEMA standards, which has to be followed. And utility themselves can specify that I want this much level humming noise, that is in the decibel in different conditions. So it is up to the designer of the transformers who will take care of it, and during the manufacturing and installation, it will be taken care of.
Okay. Member sir, can you enlighten on some all different points? And if any of the attendee has some more questions, our experts are there, they can ask. I suppose there are some few questions which we have received during this. Let me check, sir.
Sir, we may allow attending
How this?
and ask directly if they have any doubts.
There are some question. What is the ideal oil flow rate for dry out systems? The ideal oil flow rate is it should be small, and it should be very, very slow. The slower it there, then it should be 300 liter per hour to 600 liter per hour. Then there is a question, sir. How is the technology different from other online diode system available in the market? Sir, the technology is zeolite based, and absorption media is there, and we have single cartridge. Other than other persons are using 3 cartridges. We have the cartridges has somewhere about 16 to 17 kg cartridges there, and it takes out 10 to 12 liter. As per CA guideline, it should, before saturation, it should have minimum 10 liter. But with the what we are for serious transformer dry out system, it takes out almost 12 to 14 liters in that single cartridge. And there is a suggestion and answer from our director that technologies which are upgraded with IoT enabled machines for remote monitoring and cartridges with enhanced water capacities. Any other questions for attendees? Sir, can I have a closing comments? I suppose any other have some. Mr. Mohammad Wasim was asking some question. Mohammad Wasim, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You are from which utility, sir?
I'm from THDC India Limited, Uttarakhand.
Acha, THDC. Any specific question, sir?
सर मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था जो मार्केट में एडजॉर्प्शन मीडियाज आ रहे हैं उसमें बेस्ट मीडिया क्या रहता है, जियोलाइट या फिर एक बीफ टेक्नोलॉजी भी आती है कुछ?
नहीं सर, हीट टेक्नोलॉजी इज इंटायरली डिफरेंट. दिस इज रेट्रोफिटमेंट. ये बहुत स्लो टेक्नोलॉजी होती है. ये 300 लीटर पर आवर से मैक्सिमम 600 लीटर या 500 लीटर पर आवर होती है. और जिस टेक्नोलॉजी की आप बात कर रहे हैं वो मशीनें भी हम बनाते हैं. जब वो आपका तेल एकदम डिटोरिएट हो जाता है, मान लीजिए 30 ppm हो गया, 40 हो गया, 50 हो गया, उससे ppm से ऊपर चला गया, तो बड़ी वाली मशीनें, ट्रक माउंटेड साइज मशीनें आती हैं. 3 से 4 दिन आपका शटडाउन लेती हैं. शटडाउन लेने के बाद उसको क्लीन करके जाती हैं. इसी की रेमेडी ट्रांसफार्मर ड्राई आउट सिस्टम है सर. आपको एनर्जाइज्ड ट्रांसफार्मर में ये वर्क करता है. अगर आप सिंपली देखिए, अगर आपका एक 100 MVA का ट्रांसफार्मर है, उसको आपने अगर 4 दिन के लिए बंद कर दिया, तो कितनी बिजली आप जो बना रहे थे वो कितनी बिजली आप, मतलब इट कम्स टू फ्यू करोर्स. अगर आप किसी बड़े सब स्टेशन की अगर बात करते हैं आप, तो वो सब चीज को खत्म करने के लिए ही यही टेक्नोलॉजी मार्केट में आई गई है कि या तो नए ट्रांसफार्मर के साथ, या वो ट्रांसफार्मर जो थोड़े से पुराने हो गए हैं, 10 साल या 15 साल से ऊपर हो गए हैं, जिसमें मॉइस्चर कंटेंट लगातार आता जा रहा है, क्योंकि बार बार आपको हर साल आपको उसका ड्राई कराना पड़ता है, सारी चीजें करनी पड़ती हैं. तो इसको कराने के बाद इसमें एक चीज और भी आई थी कि जो भी आपका ट्रांसफार्मर का मेंटेनेंस है, उसका वो मेंटेनेंस भी करीब 2 गुना टाइम, जैसे आप हर 5 साल में या हर 8 साल में एक बार ट्रांसफर को मेंटेन करते हैं, तो वो उसकी भी वो भी इंक्रीज हो जाता है. मैं आपको एक ROI एक का मैं शेयर करूंगा कि वाई हाउ दिस मशीन इज बेटर देन ऑफलाइन ट्रांसफार्मर. वो मैं आपको अलग से शेयर कर दूंगा.
ठीक है सर. एक चीज और पूछ रहा था सर, जो हम एडजॉर्प्शन मीडिया यूज करते हैं, इसकी अपनी भी कोई सेल्फ लाइफ होती है?
इसकी जब तक ये
2 या 3
हाँ,
सिलेंडर हम यूज कर रहे हैं.
हाँ. तो अगर इसमें सबसे आपको
2-3 सिलेंडर यूज कर रहे हैं
इसमें आपने नहीं सर, ये सैचुरेशन पे डिपेंड करता है.
Sir, the shelf life of this media is approx 3 years if you are keeping in a tight container.
ओके सर. नहीं, ऑनलाइन कनेक्टेड सिस्टम में बात कर रहा हूँ सर मैं.
नहीं सर, अगर ऑनलाइन है that is under already it's in a tight cylinder sir. There is no chance of air or something going in that, and the shelf life is approx 3 years sir.
ओके सर. वन मोर थिंग सर, जो ऑनलाइन ड्राइव सिस्टम यूज कर रहे हैं उसमें 2 या 3 सिलेंडर्स रहते हैं, और नॉर्मली जो पहला इनलेट होता है वो सैचुरेट पहले हो जाता है.
नहीं सर, हमारा जो सिलेंडर है CBS टेक्नोलॉजी सर, the CBS machine that has a single cylinder, okay, and अगर वो saturation होगा तो एक साथ ही saturation होगा सर. This is the advantage over the multiple cylinders sir.
Okay. Thank you sir.
So vote of thanks. I suggest a vote of thanks from Honorable Director Rajesh Arora Sahab, and first I suppose member Sahab will and after that Rajesh Arora Sahab will give a vote of thanks, and then we will close the meeting, sir, with the permission of Honorable Member Sahab.
Thank you, Dharmesh ji. थोड़े से परेशानियों के बाद जो है सिस्टम फ्लो ठीक हो गया।
जी
मशीन
सर।
लाइन पे आ गई। और
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने भी अपना पूरा जोश दिखाया और लास्ट तक सब लोग जुटे हैं और क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं।
जी सर।
This is the most encouraging thing.
जी
And
सर।
any professional who has worked behind these machines or who is into this marketing or selling or O&M of these machines, he should feel happy that people are realizing the need of this particular thing.
Hmm.
And this is naturally such a thing, it's a preventive measure. And if we have the sufficient preventive measure, देखिए हम अपनी गाड़ी भी तो रोज साफ करते ही हैं. So it is like that, a slow process, not making any noise, not being very visible, not creating any nuisance, but securing your assets. तो आपके assets को ये secure करके रखता है और आपकी दिक्कतों को घटाता है. तो ये चीजें हैं. इसका अभी क्या हो रहा है कि डिसेमिनेशन प्रॉपर नहीं हो रहा है. एंड क्योंकि ये एक तरह से मेन पार्ट नहीं है. मेन पार्ट इज ट्रांसफॉर्मर, मेन इक्विपमेंट. मेन इक्विपमेंट का ये एसेसरी के रूप में ट्रीट किया जा रहा है. ऑफ कोर्स 400 केवी से ऊपर के लिए स्टेक होल्डर्स ने इसको मैंडेटरी माना है, जो कि कुछ लोग लगा भी रहे हैं, हम लोग भी प्रिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं. टैरिफ बेस्ड कॉम्पिटिटिव बिडिंग में जो ISTS के प्रोजेक्ट्स आ रहे हैं हमारे, जो उसमें के 2-2 हज़ार करोड़ तक के, 3-3 हज़ार करोड़ तक के प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, लाइन के होते हैं वो, और उसके साथ सब स्टेशन एंड नेचुरली द इंटीग्रल पार्ट द ट्रांसफॉर्मर आल्सो. तो देयर दी विल फाइंड प्लेस. And as you have shown that these are working at several places, more than hundreds of places. And I would request your company and your team members that they go to those who are the users, gather the feedback, and whatsoever they have noticed, so there may be any deficiency, I'm not sure, but whatsoever is their efficiency and their suggestions, there may not be any deficiency, but they may have the suggestion that if you do this way, the things can be improved further. So you carry out those improvements in subsequent editions of your machines, subsequent manufacturing
Noted,
of
sir.
your machines. So that is one thing. And in case of this solid contamination also, you analyze that what type of the solid contaminations are there, whether they are the cellulose particles or whether they are the metallic particles, and what are those. And one question in the chat was that can it remove the sludge? I think it is not mean to remove the sludge, but whatsoever the contaminant solid particles are there, they will be filtered and get accumulated in the filtering chamber, whatsoever the
Yes, sir.
filtering
Yes.
vessel is there. So that is there.
Yes,
So
sir.
that way the sludge is also controlled.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the things. And do the continuous R&D, keep on doing. Search the best type of the material. You are using the zeolite. Maybe
Yes, sir.
some better material or some combination of zeolite and some other adsorbent can come. And maybe
This is the best, sir.
this is the best so far.
Yes,
This is
yes,
the
sir.
best so far. And
Yes, sir.
and tell the people about that this is the regenerative type, that it can be regenerative and a trained technician of the utility,
Yes.
not of the
Yes, sir.
OEM.
Yes.
You
Yes,
can
sir. Yes.
you can impart the proper training to the groups wherever your equipments are supplied. Naturally, the training is a mandatory part. So
Yes, sir.
that you give as complimentary, whatsoever the equipment you have supplied. So complimentary training you give, and you give the refresher training because people keep on changing.
Yes, sir.
So have them in your continuous group, because now the IT is there and so many connecting medias are there. Keep on asking the continuous feedback, keep on helping them. It is your duty as well. Rather, I will
Yes, sir.
emphasize that we from the policymaker side, the regulatory side, we are supporting the cause. But it's the duty of the manufacturer, either you or the other manufacturers. It's the duty of the manufacturer also that they abide by the conditions, they abide by the ethics of the business, that once supplied, they have to take care of their machines also, because these are naturally the machines and they also need the O&M. So they
Yes,
are
sir.
part of the O&M of the equipment, that is the transformer. But machines O&M, how to be done, you need to train the people.
Yes, sir.
So these are the things, and say whatsoever the spares are required at during the lifetime of the operation of the machines, It's also your duty to make available the spares at a reasonable price.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the things. And again, to the participants, my earnest request is that following the compulsory requirement, mandatory or statutory requirement of the regulation is a must. So this is on say personnel who are preparing the tender documents, who are involved in the contracting and the purchasing. And the system should not be bypassed. In our Indian system, what is there that we usually bypass the system, which is considered sometimes case non-essential. So that bypassing tendency should not be there. And for the good health of the transformers, wherever, say for the coast region and for the regions of the availability, because so many Indian manufacturers were not there so far. So we kept it only up to a particular voltage level. But our recommendation in general is that whatsoever your critical equipments are there, you put the protective devices on them. It may be say 10 MVA transformer, it may be 20 MVA transformers of say any voltage level, say 33 kV voltage level. So it's a techno-economics has to be seen, and a policy. It's a matter of policy that I want to protect and I want to get a trouble-free operation. So I hope the life of the personnel dealing with these type of the equipment in the field and the transformers will be easier, and if they get more educated, they get more chances of the training, and if they are provided, their management provide them that these type of the equipments and maybe some other type of the equipment also are available in the market, because the technology keep on changing and improving. So these are the best remedies. Naturally, we go to anyone, to the consultant who provides us the best remedy. So these are among the best practices and best remedies which everybody should follow. So I thank once again for the patience listening by the participant, and really the active participation and the level of questions which they have made. I will again request the participants particularly, they discuss about this thing among their peers, send the questions to CBS, and let CBS in consultation with us reply to each and everyone. Or the CBS can prepare a FAQ also, because they conduct many webinars like this and many personal presentations also. So whatsoever the questions have come so far, you nicely prepare the valid answers from them. It's not that वो टरकाने वाला आंसर नहीं होना चाहिए. The valid, scientifically based answer explaining the principle that this is the question and these are the answers. So that is a part of the dissemination of the knowledge. That will help you enhance, and that will be fruitful, will be giving a better fruit of conducting such webinars and the seminars. Thank you once again. I give platform to Dharmesh. Now Dharmesh will invite Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab will say the concluding words.
Sir, first of all, thanks all the participants, and very special thanks to Rajput sir, embassy, for giving his support, blessings, and thank you to CBS for inviting me on this platform to share the experience whatever I have. My request to all the participants is that we must purchase the dry transformer, and we have to maintain the transformer dry till its useful life, and we have to stop all the forces of ingress of moisture in the transformer, because the moisture is the hidden enemy, and that is the only biggest source of unexpected failures and outages, unplanned outages in my system. And in the present era, we have to maintain uninterrupted supply, we have to maintain availability, we have to keep our index availability index high. It is mandatory, and we have to provide 24/7 electricity to our consumers. And with the invent of new technology, we can definitely do that thing in a better manner, and we should use all the technology. And for that, I have one fundamentals, funda, that is, we have to learn, we have to unlearn, and we have to relearn the system, new technology available to make my power system better and better. We have to grow. We have to make our system the best one. We have to stop outages. We have to stop the failures. And that is possible with the use of new technology. And with that, I would like to say we have to defeat the defeat before that defeat defeats us. And keep improvising, keep using the new technology. And this is the first version of online TDOs. Again, new versions will come definitely with R&D. With that, thank you everyone. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Dharmesh and Daksa, I would like to spend one more minute with you people and with all the participants. Basically, it has been a long journey and long struggle. It started with the concept of Make in India and that we have to become the self-reliant. We also put in efforts. We were also, say, under doubt in the beginning whether we would be able to make it or not, because only the two companies were dominating the whole of India. And see, those companies were from Western world. And a tendency is seen in our Indian mentality that whatsoever comes from the, say, import origin, that is the only best and others cannot serve. So it's a win over that type of the thing, that more than 3 manufacturers are available and they came on the GEM platform also. So it's a step towards Make in India. If we nurture it, we are not nurturing the, you can say, particular company or particular technology. We are serving the nation in true sense. And say a condition may come, I came to know that CBS has, I think, supplied outside the country also. I just now told them, requested them and suggested them that they take the feedback from the users who are in India. It is very easy. You should go to them also sometimes and see their reactions and see their suggestions. Outside also, through some medium, you should remain connected and see what experience they have about your technology as compared to other technologies, because they were also not having the technology earlier, say some country X, and they were also using these machines of the external origin. So you can compare where you stand and where you need an improvement, because the continuous improvement only can help you in surviving in this world. We have made the machine in India. That's not enough. We should not stop here. We should make them available. We should make them prevalent in the world. So then only it can be done. So when your machines are a proven testimony of success at several places, there will be a lot of demand. That is how you can proceed. It happens with everything. Say in the beginning, the electric vehicles were not so popular, range anxiety and other things were there. Now with slowly and slowly improvement in technology, efficiency and the cost economy, the things are improving. If you have the larger sales volumes, naturally, even with the lesser margins, you are in benefit. So those things you know much better than me. We are just to remind you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir, you are muted.
Sorry. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And here I would like to put an example, a live example of CBS, sir. We are a category 1 supplier of centrifuges in defense for engine centrifuges. Earlier, when we started our journey in 2006 to 2007, the centrifuge were coming from Poland and Czechoslovakia. The rate of each centrifuge they were costing at that time somewhere around 2 lakh rupees. When we manufactured under Make in India, we dropped down at the rates almost 1/3 of the rate. And today you would be astonished. The rates earlier increases at 2 lakh rupees per centrifuge is now costing only 35,000 rupees per centrifuge. And that is a very, very critical part of this defense T series tank series. Very difficult centrifuge to make. 66 parts are there. All the parts are critical. And we proudly say we are the only company in India which serves the nation through army with our centrifuges also. And similarly, as the honorable member Saab says, initially the earlier two companies were having monopoly of these systems, having a value of somewhere around 12 lakhs to 15 lakhs for each machines. After once CA recommended and all these utilities, we have dropped down the rates almost to two-thirds of the things. And here I would like to thank each and everybody, all the attendees. Any more question is there? With the permission of honorable members, if they say, we can finish the meeting, sir. On Dr. Saab and honorable members, can we have your permission to finish the meeting, sir?
So Dharmesh, so on a happy note, we can all leave and disperse and relax for the day and relax for the weekend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for giving your valuable time. It's such a big officers having it is an honor for us for having such a big officers with a simple things. Thank you very much, sir. We are all feel honored that you have come to our meeting, sir. And once again, a big thanks to all the attendees and to honorable members. Now we can discuss. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.